to Bittersweet Farms, and we also interviewed a mom, a teacher, and a counselor. And here's the documentary.
And a teacher of disabilities.
Now, Miss Ann has a child named Brandon. He has a disability. Here's the video.
I know that Brandon had a mental disability, so can you tell me a little bit about it, if you don't mind?
I don't mind. So he was actually born missing part of a chromosome. Like if you think about somebody with Down syndrome, you've probably seen people with Down syndrome. What causes Down syndrome is they're missing part of a chromosome. So Brandon didn't have Down syndrome, but he was missing part of a chromosome. And then that caused him to have a low IQ, which then caused some disabilities.
Mr. Lee, what made you want to teach about mental disability?
I was doing some pre-college things. I worked with a summer program, and I worked with students with disabilities there. And at the time, being a male in special ed was pretty much a given that you would be hired. So I enjoyed it, and I pursued it, and I've done it now for...
He basically needed constant supervision, constant care. He couldn't be treated as a typical, 3-year-old or 4-year-old or 5-year-old. He was always behind, and we had to learn how to address his behaviors because of his disability.
I'm a clinical counselor here at the Counseling Center on the main campus at the University of Toledo, and we work with any registered student here at the University of Toledo, whether they're an undergraduate, whether they're in a graduate school, working on a master's degree, whether they're working on a PhD. It doesn't matter. If they're a registered student and they pay tuition here, they can get our services free of charge.
Okay.
Any questions?
Yes, I have one. How have you, or how do you help people with mental disabilities?
We try to help by giving them coping skills to cope with whatever their mental disability is, and the two prominent things we see here are depression and anxiety. So students come in and they're feeling depressed, or they're feeling a lot of anxiety due to whatever reasons, and so we try to give them skills to help them cope with their depression and cope with their anxiety so they can go on with their education.
Has something in your childhood inspired you to help the people that have...
Something in my childhood? I wouldn't say my childhood, but I've always liked to work with people. And I started doing that in the public school system as a football coach, first in junior high, then on the high school level. So I've always liked to work with people. And I also worked at a neighborhood center locally here in Toledo, and I was working with junior high school students who were suspended from school, and TPS would bus them to this particular facility, and they called it in lieu of suspension. So I would work with them on behavior issues, and they wouldn't be counted as suspended if they came to the program. So I've always liked to work with people. So I got an opportunity to get a master's degree in counseling through that agency. So I took advantage of it because it was free.
What kind of disabilities have you or do you work with?
All kinds. I mentioned depression and anxiety. Like, for example, a student will come in and they can check off whatever they're going through as far as mental disabilities, and this is just one student. I'm going to read off what they check. They check anxiety, career concerns, meaning, again, what am I going to do once I get my degree? Depression, not feeling like myself, like that means that they just don't feel normal like they usually feel. Like if I'm usually a happy person, outgoing, now I'm not as happy, I'm not as outgoing, I'm not hanging out with my friends as much as I used to, but I'm isolating myself and being alone. Relationship issues, family, somebody's not getting along with a family member. Relationship issues, romantic, somebody probably broke up with a significant other. Self-esteem issues, not feeling good about themselves, sleep problems, stress management, test or performance anxiety. Some people study and study and study. Then when they get in and take the exam, they draw a blank and they don't do well on the exam. and time management. So that was just some examples of some of the things that we deal with students who come in.
What type of degrees do you have to earn to become a counselor besides your master's?
Well, that's the main one. You have to get a master's degree in a related field, counseling, social work, psychology, or something like that. And once you get your degree, then you have to pass the state board exam, and that's when you get your license, and your license is what allows you to work, not your degree. So you can get a master's degree in counseling, but if you don't get a license, you're not going to be able to do counseling and get paid for it.
Well, we'd really like to thank you for meeting with us today.
No problem, my pleasure.
We really do appreciate it.
Here, we went to Bittersweet Farms to visit and help the mentally disabled. First, we went to their art studio and cut out some amazing drawings. After that, we visited their barn and checked out their cool animals. When we finished that, we went to their gardening section. There, we helped plant vegetables and write the names of them. Once that was over, we ended the day by helping out Miss Shannon with some paperwork.
This project has opened my eyes to see how people with disabilities live their day, and it's just been a great experience to help them and see what they go through.
This project has helped me to see how people with mental disabilities can still work in a day just like us, and it has inspired me to get a summer job at Bittersweet Farm.
This project changed my perspective on mentally disabled people by seeing how hard they have to compete with the normal people who don't necessarily think the same way as they do, and how they have to cope with the people that don't have mental disabilities and work with them, but they still get it done even though they don't have as much the thinking ability that normal people do.
This project has influenced me that mental disabled people had to work hard just to be normal.
This slideshow was made by me, Cole Fullen, Michael Greenlee, and Robert Maddox. My subtopics was dyscalculia, and dyscalculia is the difficulty of learning like math facts and like figuring out what sign is there. Like they could mistake multiplication for addition and just stuff like that. And some key facts are, like, many people have trouble with a lot of things. Like, some of them are solving simple equations. An example would be 7 times 3. They could mistake that for 7 plus 3. And finding patterns like circle, triangle, square, circle, triangle, square, they can mix that up and put it in a different order. Or counting numbers, they could skip numbers like 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 9, stuff like that.
Hi, my name is Cole Fullen, and my subtopic is dyslexia. Dyslexia is the general term for disorders that involve difficulty in learning to read or interpret words, letters, and other symbols, but they don't affect general intelligence. Here are some key facts about dyslexia. The way people get dyslexia is by other people in their family having it, and it's being passed down to them. Another one is that there are 3 different types of dyslexia. There's primary, secondary, and traumatic dyslexia. Primary dyslexia is a genetic malfunction in the cerebral cortex, and the secondary dyslexia occurs during the fetal development but goes away as you get older. And traumatic dyslexia is the pain that comes after a head or brain injury. And finally, just because this is a mental disability, it can affect the person's handwriting as well.
Hi, my name is Michael Greenlee, and I will be talking about ADHD. Attention Defect Hyperactive Disorder stands for ADHD. This is a behavioral disorder you can most likely get as a child and at a later age. And the people have some trouble paying attention or focusing on a simple task. Here are some key facts about this symptom. Males are 3 times more likely to be diagnosed with ADHD than females. The average age of ADHD diagnosis is 7 years old. ADHD isn't just a childhood disorder, so anybody can get it.
Hi, I'm Robert. I did my subtopic on dysgraphia. Dysgraphia is a learning disability that affects handwriting and fine motor skills. Fine motor skills consist of handwriting, bad spacing between letters, poor spelling, difficulty combining and writing, and thinking at the same time. There are 3 types of dysgraphia: lexical, spatial, and phonological. Questions?
Sorry, guys. Yeah. The t-shirts, we got them from interviewing Mr. James Townsend, the counselor from UT, and he gave them to us for doing such a good job on the questions.
Did he talk about what that phrase is supposed to mean or what that means to the organization or anything?
No, not really. He just gave us the t-shirts. In my opinion, I think keep calm and embrace change means just like you can take your time, and slowly as time goes by, you can make a difference in everybody else's life and in your own life.
I think it's like saying, I think it's saying that like people that are different and like with the people who have disabilities, we could like take time out our day to like help them. Like if we see them struggling with like, you say crossing in the street or with math, like you could help a friend with math, they need help and they don't get a problem. You could take time out of your day to help them with that. Ms. Parikh, you had a question? We cut like, so the people at Bittersweet painted paper, and then we cutted those out and posted them on like a folded envelope and glued those on that. We went to the petting zoo just to check it out. We got a cookie, which was kind of good, not gonna lie. I guess Mike didn't get a good one, but yeah, we looked that out, and then we put like red cabbage, into the plants because they were too big for the old pot that they had, so we put them in a bigger one so they could have more space to grow out.